Hey, welcome back to another 2Down Gaming Help video. I decided to do this one in coalition with my previous video, which was about... Wow, that came out wrong. Which was about not blaming the video games for our children's actions. You know, because they're children, we're making the decisions for them. So, you know, go watch that video if you feel like it. You know, if you're an adult, if you're a parent, you probably should be watching it if you think your child's out of control on video games, if you're one of those people trying to blame video games for all the violence and the blood and the sex and the gore. You know, go check that video out. If you don't agree with it, I'm sorry. If you do, awesome, more power to you. You know, it's really one that everybody should be agreeing with to start making things right in this world, especially when it comes to video games and children. Anyway, for this video, we're going to go over the basics for child safety on the Xbox One. Now, my 8-year-old has his own Xbox One. You can actually see my Minecraft is still going in the background from the previous video. He's running around in there playing. He's having a grand old time. He's an 8-year-old. He loves it. So, on to the child safety. We're going to head to My Games and Apps. Go into Settings, which will be down in the Apps section. So you go to Apps, scroll over until you get to your Settings. Now, you're actually going to want to be doing this on your child's account, you know, on their console or on your console, whatever console their account is on. You go to their account and go to these settings. You go down to Privacy and Online Safety. Now, you can set it up to child defaults, which is very, very strict. You know, they won't be able to hardly do anything. They'll be able to download, like, free games. They'll be able to talk to the people that they already know. For my son, I actually did the exact same thing that's currently set on mine, which is custom. This gives you full control over everything. You can set to see, you know, who can see if your child is online. You can set it to where it's everybody. You can set it to, you know, just their friends, or nobody can see when they're online, which, I mean, really, that's kind of pointless. If you're allowing them to have friends and play online, at least set it to friends. That way their friends can see when they're on and, you know that they're ready to play something. See what you're watching or listening to. That one's not a big deal. That's like if they're watching something on Hulu or listening to music or something. Doesn't really matter on that one. Communicate with voice and text. Set that one to, you know, just their friends. That way they're not getting voice messages and text messages from random people online. This is what's going to prevent you from having your child get all these dirty messages. You know, these random people aren't going to be sending them messages, cussing at them, and, you know, telling them, oh, I'm going to do this to your mom, and, you know, I had fun with your mom last night. Block it. It's that simple. You go to Communicate with Voice and Text and set it to friends. That way, only people that are on their friends list can communicate with them. For seeing their Xbox profile, again, very basic and simple. If you don't want everybody to see their profile, set it to only their friends. If you want other people to be able to see them, that way maybe their friends from school can find them, go ahead and set that to everybody. See your game and app history? Not a big one. I mean, you know, it's just what have they played, what apps have they been using. You can leave that one at everybody. You can set it to just friends if you want to. See your live TV on demand and video history. You know, I've got mine blocked because I don't even use it. All I watch is Hulu. See music history, see your friends list. Now that one you can actually block. That away you don't just have random people going to your son or daughter's account and then scrolling through all of their friends and, you know, causing problems with that kid's parents going, well, you know, this person said that they got my son or daughter off of your kid's friends list. So, you know, block that. That way, there's no trouble there at all. Game clips and screenshots. You know, if your son or daughter is old enough and intelligent enough that they can actually create their own video game clips and share them, or take their screenshots and share them, let them. You know, there's no harm in it. The worst thing that might happen on there is they might get a bad comment on one of them. If you're that worried about that, just go ahead and block it and explain, you know, to the child that you're not letting them because you don't want other people cussing at them just because they was having fun with the game. Exercise info, really not important unless you have your child on a daily regimen for exercise. Share your content to social networks. This is like Twitter and Facebook. If your child has one of these, in my opinion, you've already kind of made the step in the wrong direction depending on the age of the child. My 8-year-old, no. There's been times when we are out and he's just randomly blurted out, "Everybody follow me on Twitter," but he doesn't have a Twitter account. He's just being like his dad because he knows I have Twitter. So he thought it was amusing to shout that out to everybody. Buy and download. Do you want your child to be able to purchase stuff off the marketplace? If you're putting your credit card information on your child's account, it's on you. Don't blame anybody else if they go through your credit card and buy 200 games for their Xbox One. That's on you. The safer way to do this is to set it to where they can only do free content. And then later on, if there's something that they really want that is cheaper to purchase it digital rather than go to the store, you can go back into their settings and change this with the password. Now, if they know the password to their account, you're already done. You need to go on their email address that's associated with the account and change their password. That way only you know it as the adult. Because that's what it's going to require. Every time they add a friend or want to purchase something, it requires their password to be put in. This is what's allowing you to control everything. Join multiplayer games. You can allow this or block it. This is going to allow them to join any multiplayer game. You can't set this to just friends. So if you block it, that means they can't even play with their friends. So just leave this at allow and block it to where they can't hear other people talking that's not on their friends list. And they can't get any messages from people that aren't on their friends list. This way, at least they're having fun playing with their friends. They might be with other people, but they can't interact with those people. They're safe. Use video for communications. If your child has the Kinect, go ahead and block it. There is absolutely nothing safe about a child being able to get on like Skype and Skype with other people, because you never know what's going to happen when you're not paying attention. Add friends. You can allow this or you can block it. The way I have it set up is if my son wants to add a friend, he requires his password. That way, he comes to me and says, "Daddy, can I add this person?" I go into on his console. I check the person's profile, see if we actually know this person. Are they just somebody that's random, but they're age appropriate? Are they about the same age as my son? If so, I might go ahead and add them for now, and then just monitor them over time. See the messages they're sending to each other. If there's anything bad, I get rid of the person from his friends list and explain why. Sharing real name. You really don't want this for a child unless you're only going to have friends on his or her friends list that the child actually knows in real life. Then, showing the real name can actually be kind of an advantage. That way all these kids are playing with each other that know each other in real life, and this is how they know. They're not going to know because, SpongeBob 2611 decided to add me as a friend, and I don't know who that is. This way they can see the person's real name and actually say, hey, it's so-and-so from school. Mom, can I add them? Or, Dad, can I add this person? I actually know them from school. Sharing real name with friends of friends, go ahead and block that one. Turn it off, because, their friends don't really need to see their real name, because that's going to be a bunch of people that they do not know. See details about other people. You can leave that on if you want. That way, they can actually see other people and come to you and say, Mom or Dad, hey, I actually know this person. Can you please put in my password so I can add them as a friend? Do you want them to see content other people have made? Screenshots, video clips. Take into consideration, some of these people putting these video clips out there are going to be using language you might not want your child to hear. So this one is all based on your decision. Do you want to allow it for everybody, just their friends, or do you want to block the content altogether so they can't watch videos or see screenshots? Now, if you trust their friends, go ahead and set it to friends. That way they can see the stuff that these other kids are making. It makes it a little bit more enjoyable for them. That way they can share moments with each other and be like, hey, check out what I did. It's what kids are going to do. They like, showing off to each other. Can your child share game clips? Can they share screenshots? This is another part of the interaction. Do you want to allow that, or do you want to block it? If you allow it, they can share it with anybody. If you block it, they can't even make the clip. They can't take a screenshot. This one, again, is totally up to you. If they have a Kinect, can they share content can they share content that they made using their Kinect? Sorry, I've already talked so much. My throat's actually getting a little bit dry. Can they share outside of Xbox Live? This is, again, Twitter, Facebook, places like that. Your choice. If your child's old enough and you actually have them with a Twitter account or a Facebook account, your choice. Because, again, hopefully it's only their actual friends that you've got on their Twitter or their Facebook. Can they broadcast gameplay? Hopefully most parents are going to not allow this at all. Because this is broadcasting live gameplay to like twitch.tv to where thousands of people can view them and type in text to them. You cannot block that. If you allow them to broadcast, you're allowing millions upon millions of people to view them at any time and say whatever they want to say. Share the voice data and voice search data. That's just with Xbox. That's nothing to do with other people. You can allow it or block it. And that's really all there is to it, people. I mean, just go in, take the time to moderate your child's account. Make sure that they're safe online. Make sure they're not doing things they shouldn't be doing, like running through and just making random purchases. If you want them to be able to purchase something online, set it to where they have to have the password for it. And then, don't use your credit card. Go to the store, take the time to buy, like a $25 Xbox Live currency card, or, a $50 one, or a $10 one, whatever it is that you need at that point. Purchase that card, scratch the code off, put it in on your child's account, and use that money to buy what they're wanting to get. If you put your credit card in, you're, exposing them to even more danger. Hackers go after the accounts with credit cards more often than not. Do things the smart way. Monitor your child's account at full, the best you can given the settings that Microsoft has given us. Don't throw your credit card online. Buy the Microsoft currency cards from, GameStop or Walmart or Best Buy, whoever carries them in your area. Just go to the store whenever you need to and buy one of those cards. You're going to make your child's online gameplay and interactions a lot better. You'll be able to do what you want to do, what you need to do. You can go outside and mow the grass or whatever it is you need to do while your child is playing their games, and you don't have to worry about it because you took the time to set it all up. So I hope this helped a lot of people today. It's mostly parents on this one, so a lot of parents out there, I hope this was very helpful. I hope from this point on we can actually, start monitoring our children a little bit better on what they're playing and what they're doing. And I guess I'll see everybody on my next video.